beep, boop. It is time for Jungle Fiddlesticks. Let's get the show on the road. Which one? Yes, Praetorian Fiddlesticks. I got a new skin to play with, and it's fun. In fact, if you guys have not heard yet, if you're a League of Legends content creator, YouTuber, or streamer, and maybe artist, I'm not too sure, at least for North America so far, you get access to every skin in the game. It's pretty cool. You're more like renting the skins, so you don't actually own them. But it's great because it allows you to put more flavor into your videos and your content. So you won't see me have to play the same skin over and over. Now you get to see me play Robo Fiddlesticks. Insert program. Suck. So yeah. Anyways, standard clear. Going to top lane to try to help out the Renekton right now because he seems to be getting into a lot of battles with the Jax. And in this such battle, he actually barely edges out the win. That was pretty good. Jungle Kled comes in to try to gank him. I fear him. I just start using the SUCC on him. And then, Renekton dashes away. Jax comes in, immediately dashes on top of me, which is stupid because all I gotta do is just, use the power of SUCC. And then he gets drained. And then before he gets away, I fear him, which Renekton goes in to try to get him. Kled comes back in. A little brawl ensues. Renekton dies. But then Kled dies. Jax jumps back in, uses a little dodge thing, I flash out, and nothing happens there. But the best thing could possibly occur right now. He gets close, I use my Dark Wind on a minion, and it bounces towards him. And I see my chance, I fear him, I tag him, and then I just use the SUCC powers and kill him off. So 2 kills for me right now, with a lot of lane CS as well. Essentially, or at least lane experience, which essentially is going to get me to level 6 very quickly in this game, and that's a big deal. So get Froggo. I'm going to go towards mid lane and try to sap some experience to get to level 6. Though I see my chance to gank Anivia, she used your Q to go in. I sphere her, I throw my Dark Wind, she's using her flash, she survives with a little bit of health. That's a pretty good advantage there, getting her flash away. Here, I was pinging my bottom lane to go in a lot earlier, but they went a little bit too late. I used my ultimate, but I did not think Kled would have just shown up there, so I don't commit too much. However, we're kind of doing this weird little dance here because the Ezreal is getting a little aggressive, and I put myself back in there in a really bad spot, and I get hooked in by the Kled and killed. So that sucked. Zed goes in, kills the Karma, does something stupid, gets CC locked, and he dies too. So ugh, that was just a really awful situation, and it kind of killed a lot of momentum. That said, though, I want to talk about a little bit of Fiddlesticks' build that I'm taking right now. I'm obviously taking Electrocute, seemingly because it's just kind of the best way to do some burst damage rather quickly. I know Dark Harvest is all the rage right now, but I think Electrocute, even right now, kind of edges it out on Fiddlesticks specifically. I take Eyeball Collection, and I take the one that doesn't seem to be recommended by a lot of things, but I really do like it on champions like Fiddlesticks. By the way, before I say that, something that's really odd and you'll see happen a lot, when I'm using my drain on Anivia, if her egg is popped, my drain stops, as if it's a whole different target now. But on some other characters in which similar things happen, the drain still keeps going, so it's a little bit odd. Anyways, the last of the keystone or runes that I take is the one where you get more cooldown reduction on your ultimate the more unique kills you get, plus a base of 5%. It's really significant. Oh, by the way, this ultimate sucked because I guess they had another ward that I didn't see around there for some reason. But either way, having the 15% cooldown, and when you max it, the whole thing out, plus 40% cooldown on your from regular items and whatnot, basically cutting your cooldown from your ultimate in half is insane on Fiddlesticks, especially if you manage to get to rank 2 very quickly. It gets to the point where you can basically show up somewhere and just gank immediately with your ultimate. Like right here, I'm just trying to put myself in a situation where I can gank somebody, go in, Dark Wind her, you start using the SUCC power on the Karma, Vayne turns around and annihilates my health. She actually breaks the drain, which of course is going to get me killed. I barely survived for just a couple seconds just to be killed by the Kled. That's sad, and then the Ezreal puts himself in a situation to just kind of die. So, again, bottom lane is kind of a real big mess. They had a lot of swapping going around, and I don't think he should have swapped in the first place. But anyways, you can see right now you could have seen the cooldown on my ultimate. It's pretty low, and right now for the Kled engages, and so does the Karma, and I don't think they thought that through. They should have kind of surmised that I would have been within the area because my blue buff was up and I would obviously want to take it. So just by that process, I should be in the area and they shouldn't have overcommitted. At the very least, should have dropped the ward. Because if they sort of guessed that I would be there, they could have easily disengaged and I probably wouldn't have killed anybody. But no, it turned into a very catastrophic dive for them. And I also got the dragon off that. I go down bottom lane again since my ultimate is almost off cooldown. You know, Fear, Dark Wind. It doesn't really work out too well because it's just very disorganized and the Thresh really can't hit anything. Zed comes in. I use my ultimate. I flash Fear, the Vayne, just so she doesn't do any shenanigans. And kill her. That's a lot to use to kill the Vayne. But at least we get a tower out of it, so it's not the biggest loss. Teleport back. Heal up my little machine parts. God, this skin... Honestly, this skin for Fiddlesticks is one of the best skins I have ever used. Like, I adore it. Just how he looks when he uses his drain. And the fact that he doesn't have any voice lines anymore. It's just all these creepy mechanical noises like metal grinding and stuff. But anyways, I obviously hit Herald here because I just hate Herald. But anyways, just easily, you know, Nivea's just like, I'm farming peacefully and I'm going to be all saying, oh no, no. And you can see there, I was using the drain on her and then it just sort of stopped because she became a nag. I don't know if it's a bug because my memory's fuzzy as to whenever I fought Anivia as Fiddlesticks, if my drain kept going through to the egg, I don't remember. Anyways, this is a disaster. I get pulled in by the Thresh, but the focus and the accuracy of my teammates is so poor, the Vayne just turns it around and destroys me. And then destroys the Ezreal. And then, you know, Zed comes in and manages to just, you know, kill her and then slowly kind of kill the Karma. It's just kind of, there you go. Then Kled comes in and doesn't really do anything because he is Jungle Kled and extremely behind, aside from some kills that he basically got to, you know, eke out. But he doesn't really have any real power, so he gets caught and destroyed. You know, these characters who are already out of mana and a lot of cooldowns destroyed her, or destroyed him. Destroyed him and his little lizard friend, who's a bat now, apparently. So, yeah, the enemy team kind of got screwed by the jungle pick, I would say. So, anyways. Like I said, I absolutely adore this skin. It's probably one of the best Riot has ever made. And if you know me, I kind of just like these sort of simple thematics. Anyway, as you can see, my ultimate didn't have much of an effect because she sort of reacted to it properly. But then this is like an extremely bad team fight for both sides, which is kind of everyone's fighting their own target and not realizing that they're very, you know, out of position and easy to control, and the targets they chose are just seemingly not the best. So everybody on the enemy team got whittled down because we're so much far ahead that we were going to win against our counterparts. And then you saw that we lumped them up, Dark Wind, and then Renekton Q destroyed them. That was a pretty funny little scene and kind of, you know, sad. But anyways, ultimate is up again, jump on top of Vayne, absolutely destroy her, although she was already kind of getting destroyed. You can see the cooldown on my Crow Storm is 65 seconds. That's pretty damn deadly. Like, just being able to ult in every single team fight, or just ult, and then almost in like just a few moments later, I have it up again. I'm just a constant danger to the enemy team. And I think you've all seen it before when you see me play Fiddlesticks games. I use my ultimate very actively. Like, I don't do the whole thing where a lot of people just hold on to it for every waking moment where they're like, I gotta do it from a sneaky, I gotta wait, you know, do it with a flash. Nah, I'm like, I'll just fear someone and then ult on top of them. And it's like, I leave it up to them whether or not they survive it, you know, fight me on that in a really risky situation, or, you know, try to run away. Jack surprises me, but again, it's like killing Fiddlesticks is very hard if he's got his cooldowns up, or like really low cooldowns. Because you can see I feared him, and then he jumped at me again, and he got feared again, and I ulted on top of him with all this other crowd control. I love the fact that with Fiddlesticks, yeah, some of his builds are pretty ingrained onto him, but you can have some very, you know, niche flavors with him. Like, you can go with the Hextech belt, so you can do some really funny, you know, gap closing fears, or you can go with cooldown reduction up the ass, so you can just fear all the time and be a huge ass nuisance. Both work out rather well. Fiddlesticks is one of those champions that's like a 2-item champion. Hourglass is technically one of his better ones. You never go wrong with it. Or you can just go with damage, one damage item, and you're becoming a menace, especially if you're snowballing. But anyways, ult on top of them because they engaged in a really bad fight, and they knew I was there. They really did know I was there, so they should have done none of that. And after I, jumped in on them, they just go into disarray, and Renekton just cleaves right through them. And with that, I mean, they kind of already lost a little while back, but now it's a definite loss. We beat them back, we go to the Nexus, and just finish off the game. But yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to, well, obviously Riot for giving me or like basically rental service with a league partnership. I love it. I'm going to be able to add so much more flavor to these videos, and you're going to see a whole array of colorful skins that I'll be able to use. Yay. And if you liked this video, remember to give it a like. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure to hit the little bell up there somewhere so you actually get notifications to my videos, because YouTube and stuff.